Hello, everybody, and welcome to the August channel. Today, it's going to be linked very much to the Earth and ley line energies and all of the megalithic sites, but also from the higher consciousness, from the Melchizedeks and the Andromedans. So, the Melchizedeks, as a reminder, are just the collaboration between Andromeda and our Milky Way, which is in this cosmic co-creation at the moment. So, if we just take some time. So the milk almondens are coming in and they're saying that the Earth's energy, they're very much linked to the co-creation with the Earth energy as well. That the Earth, her speed has accelerated. We're on this consciousness and accelerated expansion time. They're saying we're moving very, very quickly through a lot of the dimensional plateaus that we've had for the past 20 years. And they're saying we're moving into a very, very conscious five-dimensional light, this plasmic light that they talk about. And they're saying we're starting to see the light differently. We are feeling the light differently. The light codes that are coming in are very much going to be interpreted in a different way. We're moving into a new paradigm shift of conscious understanding and subconscious understanding. The Milcomedans saying we are here about balance, we are here about your freedom, and we are here about your sovereignty. And they want us to understand that we are sovereign beings. You know, we have the right to choose. And they want us to understand that when we go forward, that right to choose will very much be more about soul sovereign right, and people's awareness, people's desire will be very much linked into the soul sovereign identity. There won't be any of this division. There won't be this, separation ethics that's going on at the moment. We will all want to be working for the higher good, not only of soul, but of collective soul sovereignty as well. And the Milcomedans that's saying, we've gone through a 12,000 year epoch, which they're calling the malignancy. They don't want us to think of that in a cancer way, but they want us to think about we've been in a very dark, malignant energy that has facilitated very, very deep learning. Now we're moving into our understanding of self as a soul, not as a personality. And the Milcomedans are saying the ancients, the Neolithic, they knew that they were soul sovereign. And we've lost that. They're saying we're moving into our remembrance of who we are, who we truly are. Now I have Coventina coming in. She's linked to the earth chakra, the heart chakra, which is believed to be in the UK. I still am a firm believer that this whole like Glastonbury, Stonehenge, Avebury, Wiltshire, and beyond is where the heart beats. And they're saying, Coventina's saying, she is here as a reminder of our ancient wisdom, this esoteric and hermetically sealed information. She's saying, and when you've come through, your soul has birthed from starseed, when it's birthed into consciousness now, into our three-dimensional consciousness, we go through an amnesia. We forget the purpose of what the soul is. And we go through this constriction of learning. And Coventina's saying, Gaia is trying to help us at the moment. She's trying to speed up her awareness so that we can speed up our acceleration. We can speed up evolution. And she's saying we're at this Rubicon point where so many people are starting to awaken to what they call the new earth. I like to call it the new cosmic earth, because there's going to be a lot more understanding of the plasmic lights, the light. They're talking about the new diamond light codes that are coming in. And they want everyone listening to this to be in receipt of these diamond plasmic light codes that are coming in. And they're saying this is to help the etheric body, but to help the etheric body as well. It's about our DNA. They're saying the DNA has gone through multiple shifts through eons of time. And we're also now going into a new DNA shifting. Coventina is saying it happens, the world, the epochs that they call it, always have these transitional ebb and flows. So we go to these golden ages like the Atlantis, and then we fall into the ebbs, these deep recesses. We go into the chasm of darkness. But they need us to understand that without dark, we can't have light, and without light, we can't have dark. And if we can evolve through the chasm, the deep, darkest recesses, our acceleration and our evolution will have so much more impact. Coventina is saying we can all evolve when everything is ambrosely at peace, but to evolve when things are hard and separated shows a true grit of soul nature. Now, Coventina is the heart holder of the UK, of the heart chakra of the world. And she's saying a lot of the ley lines are starting to come back online. And she doesn't mean online as we know it. It's becoming coded into our remembrances. And she's saying the diamond light, this diamond plasmic light, it's translucent in nature, but it's got like a kaleidoscope of color. And she's saying we're bringing in new code frequencies, new light code frequencies that sit within this diamond plasmic realm. And she wants us to know that the diamond plasmic realm it's like the oldest information that is coming back to us. She wants us to understand that the chakra points are starting to rebalance as well. And with a mass consciousness awakening, which we're having at the moment, she's saying it's like being squeezed through a funnel. She wants us to understand that on a personal level, on a three-dimensional level, if we're feeling a bit flat, a bit down, I mean, I know the weather's great and that helps, but she's saying, if you've got this kind of soul ache, it's because we're coming back into the remembrance of our old codes, of our old knowledge. Everything that was hermetically sealed, so sealed, kept from us in our understanding, is filtering back through the levels of the consciousnesses. She's saying everything that has been done in the past is being revisited now. Okay, I've got Maolin coming in. So Maolin is what I've been told from Merlin is his true traditional name. So Maolin is coming in. And he's saying, a lot of the ley lines, a lot of the Merlin energies, the Avalon energies, the Grail myths are all starting to as well come back into the consciousnesses. He's saying the Grail mythology was about the holding of the chalice, and the chalice being us. We are our own chalice. We fill our own chalice with information, wisdom, light. And it's a reconnection to our ancient pathways. Maolin is also giving us like the emerald tablets. So, and they're in emerald. So the emerald tablets were what Thoth designated to the world. And Maolin is saying even the information from the emerald tablets is also evolving, coming into an ascendancy. And they're saying there's an ascendant feeling now on this planet. And as the Earth, as Gaia starts to really recalibrate her senses, we will recalibrate ours to hers. Now with Coventina, she wants to hold our light. She wants us to understand. Sorry, my throat. I suspect a throat chakra clearing is happening. Yeah, she's saying the heart and the throat are interlinked. So as the diamond light comes in, as the plasmic lights come in, we learn to speak with a different voice. We learn to move from a 3, 4, dimensional voice into a 5-6 dimensional voice. Quite interesting, this. Now, Maolin is standing behind me. He wants everyone listening to this to be wrapped into this diamond plasmic light. It's ultimate peace. He's saying, and we've had in the past, especially probably the last 200 years, we've had peace through sacrifice. Now they need us and want us to have peace through knowledge. The days of sacrifice are ebbing away, and the days of going into our own knowledge will be sacrosanct to our own evolution. Yeah. Now, as they bring these codes in, these diamond light codes, it'll be interesting to know if any of you will have a kind of throat chakra, I suppose, resonance with it. They're also saying the heart, the throat, and the zeal. So the zeal, top of the spine where the skull meets, are starting to work in a trinity of light. The diamond codes literally are bringing all of these vortex points together. It's a co-creation of the divine wheel. And they're saying with time, and we all know that time doesn't just sit in a linear line, but it's spherical. It's in a wheel format. They're saying we are moving through the ages and eons of this wheel of time. They want us to understand that the sacrifice actually in the past was unnecessary, like the knowledge coming in for us to learn will be unnecessary. Nothing in the universe is wasted. Everything is used to its highest potential. Because ultimately, Maolin, Coventina, Mary Magdalene, the Melchizedeks, they want for us to reach our highest potential. They want us to have removal of fear, removal of self-doubt, all of the sacral and the solar plexus vortexes, which has chained us to a self-belief that we're not good enough. That wants to change, and they're saying the new energy's coming in, this will all change. But instead of having an overextended sense of self, like in the ego way, the ego is being broken down as well. So we will sit in the structure of our true sense of who we are, what we're comfortable with. And also they're saying, the Mohammedans, finding where your strengths are. We all have a point on this planet, and all of our skill sets will eventually just rotate round each other. Every person has merit on this planet. And they need us to kind of shake off these old habits from childhood, from schooling, this, this dogmatic beliefs that are stuck in our psyche and stuck in our energy for so long. These diamond plasmic codes are going to clear a lot of this. Now, I've got a tourmalated quartz dragon. I don't usually go for the dragon energies, but I've got him sitting next to me here. And they're saying that the dragon line, so all of the energy of Draco, which has, been so inverted with the word like draconian, we're going to understand that each vector in our consciousness, in our cosmological consciousness, has a place. So whether you're Andromedan, Syrian, Pleiades, they're saying really you come from the divine spark. And we all have Draco, Andromedan. We all have that in us. We are seeded from the divine spark, this singularity of light from which all of our knowledge came. And that came from the older universe, and the older universe's spark divine came from an older universe. And thus this eternal loop of divine knowledge and learning is transported to us. I love this light. There's so much love, and they're saying ultimately going forward, this transition isn't going to be one that's particularly easy, because they're saying we've had to kind of go into hermit mode for so many years, insulated, insular, and almost into an egoic state. And they're saying with this alchemical, it's almost an apothecary sense that we are moving into a divine collective manifestation of this new cosmic light. We're going to notice that these older paradigms and dogmatic paradigms will naturally just filter away. But within that, they're saying it's like a baby teetering to the edge and learning to walk. We'll have to ground ourselves into this new diamond plasmic light. And they're using a lot of tourmalated quartz. They're using the quartz energies. And obviously clear quartz is the mother crystal. So they're saying, you know, always surround yourself with whatever crystal you choose to use. But they're saying always make sure you have a little piece of clear quartz with you, just to help this kind of transmutation of this older malignancy into this expansion of this new plasmic light. And they're saying it's hope. Hope prevails. And they want us to know that they've always been allies for us. They're advocates for the human race, and they see us struggling. And some of us just go, well, you're not helping. You know, we lose our faith, we lose our connection. But they're saying that they're always one step ahead of us. We have to learn our own autonomy, but they will always, always guide us onto our pathway. And they want us to know that pathway, the timelines have completely collapsed within the last 100 years. And we're going into this singular mode of timeline. The Melchizedeks are saying we're feeling their light now. The diamond, the plasmic light, comes from this collaboration of Andromeda and the Milky Way, of which we are born, of which we will rotate, we will end up being part of this Melchimedan light. The soul is eternal. And obviously me now, myself, this physical husk will die out, but the essence of my soul, yours, everyone's, will continue its journey in this eternal loop of love, hope, compassion, and neutrality. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and we will hear more from them in the coming months. Thank you.
Thank you for being part of the New Earth Co-Creators community. If you'd like to support these conversations, please consider joining our YouTube membership by clicking the join button below this video. Your support keeps this channel growing. Thank you so much.